Morning, lovelies. Just finding where you want to start on your mat. Lying down, seated, however your body feels this morning. It will feel different each time. So the 1st of November, 24, and we have a new moon. It's the celebration of Day of the Dead, which is a kind of a Mexican celebration where you celebrate your loved ones who have passed. And it's also Diwali, which is a Hindu celebration of light. So a few little celebrations in this energy, this time of year. So we can draw in on that energy today with our class. Perhaps we've all had someone who we've loved and lost. So perhaps we can just think about them in a very light and loving way and draw in that kind of essence of Diwali, which is light. And yes, so just notice if any of that kind of flows through your practice today. So as we always begin, take a moment to root your energies down deep into Mother Earth, into the goddess Gaia, and checking in through your chakras. So root, how grounded you're feeling. Sacral, this emotional center. Your solar plexus and your confidence area here. Heart center, this center for compassion for yourself and others. Throat, how you communicate within your whole world and to yourself. And your third eye and your crown, the intuitive center and our connection to source. If it feels right for you today, open up into the universal field of light as we connect with Diwali. Imagine a beautiful white field of light above you that starts to funnel into the crown of your head. And begin to tune into your breath, the life force that comes into our body, what we call prana or chi. Universal life force, the thing that keeps us here. And checking in with also if you have an intention for your practice today. As always, I always remind you to be careful of areas that are tender and to leave bits out or adapt your practice. So if you're seated, just join me in a lying position. We're going to start with our stretches. And let's notice how light we feel today. Our thoughts can become heavy and our thoughts can become very light within us. So when you're ready, on your next inhale, right arm over. And just stretching here, toes lifted, flexed foot, and lowering into the heel, reaching up with the arm. How much space can we create in this side of our body, right side? And a nice gentle point of your toes. And then when you're ready, exhale, arm down. Just turn the palms up for a moment, Shavasana. And then inhale, left side. Same again, toes lifted, flexed foot, and just explore. How does this side feel? Lower the hip, stretch the fingers, and then pointing toes. And then exhale, arm down. Just starting to feel and connect with your body with just these simple movements. And then on the next inhale, both arms over. And then, as always, just enjoying flexing and pointing your feet backwards and forwards. How does it feel around the upper back, your shoulder blades? And then exhale, arms down. Let your body float through the air today. Palms up. Just a moment in Shavasana. Notice your lower back, any tension you're holding in the muscles. And then we'll take the right leg in. Hands around the shin and a deep inhale. Feel the prana in your body, exhale. As we do this, just imagine breathing out anything that doesn't serve you. And then inhale down. So with your left knee in, try and imagine breathing in bright white light. And then as we exhale, maybe you can breathe out kind of a smoky darkness. Anything that's heavy in you. Inhaling down and both knees in. Same again, breathe in light. Come up and exhale anything heavy. And breathe in again as we come down. Gentle rock, side to side. So let's begin our stretches. Let's take our feet and hands up into the air. Stretching fingers, toes, and then curling them and making fists. Thumbs in and out. How do your fingers and toes feel today? And then flexing gently. Wrists and ankles backwards and forwards. Pause for a sec when you move your hands and notice the wrists. And then gently we can rotate. Perhaps hearing a few clicks going on. And then the other way. Lovely. Just lower your arms. Legs raised still, and we'll cycle just to warm up our knees. How does it feel in your hamstrings and buttocks when you do this movement? And then reversing. Gentle engagement in the belly just to support this position. Lovely. And then maybe just drop the knees down, have a little hug for a moment, just feel the relief through the belly and the back. And then pop your left foot down, right leg raised and big circles. If you can sort of follow your toe with your gaze, warming up the hip, noticing maybe how tight you are in the back of the leg. Other way. It's a lovely way to become quite body conscious of all the areas of your body. Let's pop the right foot down, do the same with our left. And how does this side feel? And then other way. And then we can just draw our feet in, have a little rock. While we're still lying down, let's do thread the needle pose. So bring your feet to the mat. Let's take the right foot onto left knee. Thread your hands through and then round your thigh. And just bring that left leg away from the mat. If you've got hip issues, be gentle here. Just don't overdo anything that's too painful. Take some deep breaths. Notice how much tension you might be holding in your calf muscle around the buttock. And then we'll release. Let's swap sides. So left foot onto the right knee, thigh area, and then same again. And how does it feel this side? Are you as tight and tense initially? Notice if your tummy rumbles. My tummy's rumbling. And then just release. Have a moment, hug knees in, little rock, and then we'll rock up to seated and just do our upper body. So come onto your cushions if that is more comfortable for you, just while we sit and do the neck and shoulders. Have a smile. Every now and then it's really lovely to bring a really big smile to your face and think how it shifts your energy. Even if you've got nothing to smile about, just the simple movement of the facial muscles can trick the mind. So just bring the hands to Chin Mudra. And also relax your face. Close your eyes and we'll take the chin down. And just pausing to explore whatever you feel today. We often know this feeling, but maybe it's different today. Breathe to your belly. Try not to keep it all in the chest. And we'll take the chin up. And then down again. Nice, just slow movements exploring. And then once more up. Noticing where you can feel some nerve feelings. And then come back to centre. We'll tilt the head right and left. Short pause just to feel the stretch from the ear to the shoulder. Same again, right and then left. Coming back to centre and then just twisting to look over the right shoulder and other side. Again, just even if your eyes are closed, you can gauge how far you get movement one way and then the other. So right and left again. Let's come back to centre and then taking the chin down, moving the head all the way around once just each way. And this is where you'll hear all the crackling. And coming back to centre. Lovely for your throat energy. Opening your eyes, let's just take hands onto shoulders and loosen up whatever we're holding here. And a few times the other way. And then we feel ready for our practice. Like everything has had its attention and had a little bit of movement and we're warm. Okay, so come off your cushions. Let's just draw feet to butterfly for a moment. It's always nice to just get a little stretch through the inner legs and through our hips here. Focus on your breath. Bring it to the belly. Feel it move up into the chest. Expand through your back. A few deep breaths. We're just going to rotate our right leg to the side. So as if we're coming into a deer pose. So keeping your left shin in front. I'm just going to rotate here. Okay, take your left hand down to the side and we'll take a nice stretch. Actually, if you can get your elbow down, you can feel it a little bit more. It's a really nice stretch to the side of your body. Take some deep breaths. And then coming up, we'll bring our right hand onto our left knee, and with a nice tall spine, we'll just play with a little twist here. Not too much if you're being very careful of the front of your body. Let's take a breath, come back to the front. And then we're going to raise our arms, inhale up. And in the direction of your left knee and thigh, just stretch forward in this sort of diagonal position. Nothing too deep, just sort of stretch, gentle stretches here. Might find that quite a lovely sensation in your left buttock and left thigh. Take a breath and we'll walk the fingers back. And then extend out your right leg, not actually to the side, but as if we're coming into where we have the legs out and then we've folded one in. So again, on a nice sort of diagonal. And then we'll inhale up and stretch forward here. So it's a nice little sort of sequence of a few moves in the same position. We're only really just moving your legs a bit. Okay, coming up, let's swap that starting pose. So bring your right shin to the front, turn your left and rotate your hip behind you. And then with your right hand to the side or coming down onto your elbow, breathe in, take the arm over. And a nice stretch. Can you feel that from your kind of hip through the side of your waist all the way up to the armpit? You can gaze up under the arm. Nice alternative to Trikonasana. Let's come up. And then bringing your left hand onto the right knee, let's come into a little twist. You might find that this feels quite different from perhaps a twist where we're just seated in with our legs crossed. Feel it a lot more over the left hip flexor. And then we'll come back to the front. And then we'll come arms up, forward fold over your right knee. Just gently, you don't have to have the arms straight. I'm resting on my elbows here. Let the head relax. Just a few breaths. And then gently walk the hands back. We'll extend our left leg out now on that nice sort of diagonal position. Turn towards the leg. Inhale, arms up. And just a nice gentle fold here. Nothing too reaching or active. Just feeling that in now the right side of your waist and back. Notice if you feel very tense in your leg. And then lovely. Breathe in, walk the hands back. Okay. Onto all fours for a gentle cat-cow as we warm up our spine. I actually quite like introducing cat-cow into sort of like the end of a warm-up. Really, at least we know our spines are nice and mobile when we start to practice. So tabletop and then neutral spine and breath. And when you're ready, exhaling, arching up. Try and let the head become heavy. Pushing into the mat, really arching through the shoulders, and then inhaling, coming into cow. And then you can take this as slow as you want to. Sometimes it's really nice to try and identify every part that moves with a long breath. And then join me back in neutral spine. We're going to do something called, I've forgotten it now, but where we extend opposite arms and legs out. So as we inhale, take your left arm out and your right leg back. And then as we exhale, just draw the elbow and the knee together. Bird dog, it came to mind. This movement is bird dog. Let's just do this 3 times on this side. So noticing how you feel with your balance. How much support you're leaning into your hand and your opposite leg. And then after 3, just place the hand and knee down. We'll do the other side. So inhale, right arm, left leg. Nice slow movements. Exhale, draw the elbow and knee together as we sort of arch up. How much is your body having to stabilize here? Can you feel the top of your foot into the mat? And after 3, just coming back to a neutral spine. Take your knees wide. Let's come into Hatha. Just drop the head down. Have a nice sigh. Notice if you were holding your breath a little bit through that movement. Deep belly breaths here. Okay, coming up. Turn the toes under. Let's turn the fingers back towards the toes very gently, not too much of a strain on the inner arm, but just enjoying a very subtle stretch here. Lovely to activate the yin arm channels, which are your heart and your lungs. Okay, reverse, just bring your hands back to normal and we'll come to standing. Feels lovely when you get that nice little stimulation through the inner part of the arms. Okay, let's begin with tree pose. So a nice grounding pose. Taking feet comfortably sort of about hip distance apart, opening into Tadasana. Have a moment to just really feel your posture and your structure. So many of us sort of walk around slumped like this, unaware. I am one of those too. So coming into a lovely lift here, as if someone's sort of pulling you up. Lift the arches of your feet. Be aware of each toe connected to your mat and your heel. And then when you're ready, let's come into the right leg and then lifting our left, so tree pose. Wherever you feel comfortable today, you might come high, you might take the, getting a bit of a wobbly there. So when you feel ready, just gazing at Drishti. And then draw your awareness to your breath, belly breathing. How stable do you feel? Is there a lot of adjustment going on with your foot? Is it easy to breathe to the belly? Can you settle into this pose? Lovely. And release. Just give your legs a little shake if you need to wiggle the hips. And let's plant that left foot down. Explore the other side, wherever you want to. Whatever feels right. And then hands at heart. Oop. Always my more wobbly side, this one. So Drishti, breathing to belly. And lovely, let's release. Okay. I love to try tree pose. It always shows me where I'm slightly off balance. And if it's the left, it's majority sort of feminine side. So I sort of try to explore where I might, maybe I'm a bit more emotional about something and there's slight off kilter. If it's the right side, where is maybe the energy of my masculine element perhaps slightly off? So I always find it kind of a curious thing to explore, not just a pose. So I'd like to do moon salutation because it is a new moon today. We'll do the one where we kind of flow across the mat. So joining me just slightly to the right of your centre of the mat as we will be moving left. So again, hands to heart. Have a smile on your face. It's a lovely day. Take a moment and we'll breathe in, take the arms up. As we exhale, lean out to your right. A full exhale, breathe in as we come through centre. Exhale, left. Feeling a nice stretch in the side of your body, gallbladder channel here. As we lower the arms, we step left into goddess squat. Linking with the moon, that feminine energy. Lifting up slowly, we'll come into Trikonasana, left side. Take your time. Notice how it feels to come into it through this sequence, a little bit different from other times that we come into Trikonasana. Opening up that right shoulder. Feel that lovely stretch from hip through waist. And then we're going to rotate our right hip forward. Just changing position gently into pyramid pose. Let's take a breath or two here. Let's explore what we feel through our right leg, our left leg, calf muscles. And then gently we'll come down into the low lunge. Raising the arms. Now, if you don't want to tilt back, you don't have to, but otherwise you can just sink the hips down and have a lovely stretch into a crescent. So lower the hands now to the inside of your left foot. Rotate your leg completely over so that the knee is pointing upwards. And a nice, lovely stimulation on inner leg here, so liver, kidney and spleen channels. Other side. Take your time. Enjoy this stretch. Try and have your foot flexed here rather than soft. And you'll really feel that lovely stretch here. Rotate yourself into this low lunge, the other side. Take a moment, find your balance, and then just find the pose. When you're ready, hands down. Take a moment to steady yourself. Back toes turn under. Let's come up into pyramid. Again, finding where you feel balanced. Open up into Trikonasana. Take that left arm up. Take a few breaths here. Feel the breath into the belly. And then we'll come up slowly into Goddess Squat. Right foot to your left. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale outwards, nice and slowly, no harsh movements. Through centre and a nice little stretch the other side. Lovely, hands to your heart centre. And feeling good. So just take yourself to the mat. Take Shavasana. Feel whatever you feel through your legs, through your back. Just observe. Lovely long sigh. Relax that lower spine. Release if you're tense around your buttocks. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Try and relax your chin and jaw and the back of the neck. There's so many places we hold tension without realizing. Even your wrists and your thumbs and hands perhaps are tense. And your face. So when you're ready, let's draw knees in. Right one, then your left one. And enjoy a nice little hug and a rock here. So let's roll up to standing again and do the sun salutation, Surya Namaskar. It's always lovely to balance energies. Again, if there are certain parts of this sequence today that are challenging, just miss them out, slow it down. So hands to your heart centre, honouring our masculine side with this sequence. So deep breath in and exhale. Take it slowly if you want to. And folding forward. Flattening your back, looking ahead. Notice anything that feels difficult in your body as you do this sequence. Right leg back. Hands stay on the mat and come into a really nice low lunge here, stretching through the hip flexors, over the thigh, and then hands to mat, down dog. Lifting that tailbone, grounded hands, deep breath in, exhale, knees down, coming back, and then into either Sphinx or Cobra, and if that is too much, then literally just come very close to the mat. And then back to down dog. Left foot forwards. Again, just enjoy another stretch through our legs here. Feet together and sweeping up. And so other side, deep breath. Exhale, inhale, and folding forward, honour the sun, like the festival of light, Diwali. So left leg back, down dog, inhale, exhale and down and back, inhale into Cobra, Sphinx, or a low pose, down dog, right foot, nice stretch, and then feet together, sweep up, Lovely. Hands to heart, close your eyes. Really push your thumbs against your heartbeat. And just feel it. Feel your heart. That life force being pumped through us. Okay. Again, just take Shavasana. How different does this after effect feel from the moon salutation? Perhaps there's a very subtle feeling of more energy going through you, a little bit more vibrancy. Perhaps it's a stronger feeling. Maybe you can even feel sort of the essence of a masculine energy flow through you. And just taking a few breaths. Notice all the parts that connect to the mat as you lie here, the parts that lift away like your lumbar spine, the back of your neck, the tops of your shoulders, and then just sort of notice all the parts that do connect. So when you're ready, let's draw our knees in. Nice little rock and a hug. How does your spine feel? So rolling up to seated, let's take some seated poses. Again, let's return to butterfly. Because although it's nice to have this as a gentle warm-up stretch, it's actually lovely to come into this and really feel it a lot more. So have a nice tall spine. We're going to inhale, bring the arms up, lengthen our spine. Exhale, come forward. And just let the hands float down to wherever they land. And with a nice length, you'll notice that as you inhale, your body kind of naturally lifts with the breath. And as we exhale, we can explore whatever sensation comes to us. Notice where you feel sensation most. It could be your outer body and hips, or is it the inner thighs? Enjoying the belly breaths and the movement in your body simply by the breath. And then when you're ready, let's take a breath in and we'll just lift up. Feel that lovely release around our hips. Okay, let's extend our legs forward. Come into Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. So inhale, lovely flex in your foot. Begin with a flex so that the legs are active. And then we'll take the arms up. Exhale, fold forwards. And because your feet are flexed and there is a tension here, you might not feel like you come very far. That's okay. Where do you notice this the most? Perhaps it's your calf muscles behind your knees. Just take a few more breaths here. Just see if you can gently lean a bit more into it. The sensation intensifies perhaps. And then we will gently take a breath and lift up. Just relax your legs for a moment. Just lean back into your arms. Maybe you can it feels nice to swivel from hip to hip or rotate through the body. whatever feels nice. So we're going to come into Dandasana, which I suppose that often we skip through. We come into it sort of briefly, but Dandasana can be quite a difficult pose to hold for any length of time. So again, come into a position where your feet are flexed and the spine is tall, and just literally rest your hands by the side of you. Everyone will, it's got different sort of length arms, different length body, but this is an active pose in what we call staff pose, Dandasana. And just notice how long you can comfortably, or how long your patience or tolerance allows you to sit like this. So that lovely lift through your spine, you can feel your sit bones connect to your mat, your legs are active and your feet are flexed. And palms just gently by your side. Perhaps you might find that your legs start to quiver a little bit. Can you belly breathe, or is it all very sort of chest breath? Let's take some deep belly breaths. And then we'll just relax. Okay, lie down. Notice how that feels. If you're anything like me, I can really feel that through the legs. Not in a painful way, but you felt active. So here, just relax. As you do, you might feel your spine change shape. Back molds a little bit more into the mat. Focusing on your breath. And in these moments, also have the opportunity to witness your thoughts and your mind. As we move from pose to pose, we're very often thinking about the physical. Just really notice other thoughts going round. So let's draw our knees in. Little rock. And coming up for a seated twist. Often I take the leg over the knee, which makes it a little bit, you feel it more. If a twist today, you want to be very gentle with the torso and the midsection, then you can keep the foot the same side and it's just a little bit easier. Okay, so deciding what you would rather do. But I'll take the foot over in my practice today. That lovely tall spine, left leg is extended, the right leg has gone over, and then left arm hugs, right arm behind, come into a twist. Nice flexed foot at the front. Again, if you want to if that doesn't feel right and you want to take the foot to the other side of the knee, then you can. Notice where you feel it. Is it the back that you feel more? Or through the belly? Deep breaths. And then when you're ready, let's come back to the front. Just extend your legs out. Lean back for a moment. I'd like to try to imagine that the cartilage between my vertebrae are just sort of finding their original shape where they've been squeezed. Take a nice deep belly breath. And then let's sit up again and do the same the other side. So left foot either over the knee or keep it the same side. Whatever feels better for you. Let's have a flex in our right foot. We're going to feel more active there. And then right arm to the front, left arm behind. Nice tall spine. Try not to twist with a slouched spine. Keep it lovely and long. And adjust, if you need to take the foot to the other side, please do. Whatever feels right for you. It feels a bit strange sometimes when you're used to doing it one way. And in this pose, observe what you feel physically, what goes through your mind. Follow your breath. Let's take one more breath. Coming back to the front. This time lie down. I always enjoy and advocate just letting the spine reset after a deep twist. Again, just maybe you can imagine internally that all the cartilage are just plumping up into little cushions again where they've been twisted and squeezed. How nourishing it is for your spine and the nerves that extend from spine. The blood flow. So draw our knees in. Gentle rock, massage your back, little circles if that feels nice. And if you want to draw your head up to your knees, it feels a little bit nicer mid-spine. Okay. I'd like to give you yogi's choice. And this is quite difficult sometimes for people when they just like to follow what I say. What does your body feel like it wants to do? Does it feel like it wants to come forward or backwards into a kind of a little nice back bend? Do you want to raise the legs or come into child's pose and sort of just curl into a ball? Perhaps banana, where you lie and you just stretch from side to side. You might want to return to a pose that we did earlier, butterfly or something. But take a moment or so before we come into some breath and meditation to just let your body choose what it wants to do. So come into a pose. If it doesn't feel right, move it into something else. And then explore the reasons why maybe you've come into that particular pose, whether you're gravitating to relief in your spine or your shoulders, hips, perhaps the neck. Why does your body enjoy what you've chosen? Is it a physical relief? Or is there in some way an emotional feeling that is supported here? Safety, grounding? Does it release fear and worry? Whatever pose you've decided to take, breathe to the belly. Feel the movement of breath into the chest and back. Ask yourself why you like this pose. And notice if there's an answer that comes to you. Don't be afraid to adapt your pose, change it, shift into something else. We'll just take a few more moments. Notice where you're holding tension, tightness.
And then let's just take one more breath. Lifting up.
Coming out very gently. And find Shavasana. Actually, let's come into a seated position, because this can be just as relaxing. If you've got your moon cushions, we'll just take a reset moment just seated. So rest your hands in Dhyana Mudra, just close your eyes. So instead of Shavasana, take the opportunity just to scan around your body. And notice the after effects of your chosen pose. Okay. We'll do a pranayama, breathing practice. And then we'll come into a nice relaxation. So a few weeks ago, or now and then, I like to sort of change up the rhythm of a breathing. We're going to do the 4, 7, and 8 breath. So the inhale for 4, hold the breath in, retaining it for 7, and then exhale for 8. It's a really lovely calming breath. So relax the hands, Dhyana Mudra, just one hand over the other, thumbs touching. Let the eyelids close and let's begin together. So breathe in for 4, hold for 7, exhale for 8, and again in for 4, hold 7, exhale 8. Carrying on. Let's just do one more round. And then just return your breath to normal. So take yourself into a nice position where you're relaxing, lying down, or if you're quite comfortable here, remain seated. If you sort of enjoy the meditative position, whatever you're drawn to. So relaxing. This little meditation is about absent healing. And you can apply this to yourself as well, in a healing of the past or the future. It's a little bit like Reiki. So allow yourself to relax. Go to your own chosen place in mind, your own haven of peace. And begin to meditate on your breath. and allow the sound of the breath to be heard in the back of your throat, a little like Ujjayi breath. Deepen the breath and allow the breath to become almost like a mantra, if this is comfortable for you. Feel the breath resonate through your body, creating a gentle vibration. And now bring the focus into your heart. Visualize, if you can, the person you wish to send healing to. Perhaps you can visualize a time also that you would like this healing to be sent. Imagine this person sitting in front of you, and you know them well, so they are able to trust you. They feel secure. Visualize placing your hands on this person, and they feel relaxed and they are calm. Allow your hands to be relaxed, to feel confident, and enable your partner to feel reassured and trust. Ask your higher energy source to allow you to be used as an instrument of healing. And now visualize both of you being surrounded in an orb of blue light. And allow this light to surround and protect you. Ask for protection, that you may receive healing from the highest. Be conscious that you are coming from the heart center. Allow the feeling of compassion, of empathy, and of stillness, of peace to come into your aura. Feel the energy of heat coming into your hands, allowing this person to receive. Visualize a two-way blending of positive energy. Allow yourself to transmit this energy by thinking of it being drawn away from you. Visualize the negative energy being drawn out and away back into the earth. Allow this healing to take place and just be still for a few minutes. Perhaps you can visualize beautiful white light entering this healing. Still lying there, no need to move. I'd like you to just still visualize that as you are just ready to come out of this meditation soon. Visualize the same person lying on a soft bed covered by a blue velvet cloth. And imagine that they are resting and recovering. If you felt any assistance, then thank any assistance with this healing. Know that you are also receiving as you are healing, energy is transmitted. And you may feel that you are left with a residual. So feel as though that you have also been blessed by that higher source, by the universal power of which we are all part of. Remembering that you should not feel in any way drained of energy. You are simply the messenger, the link in the chain as you give healing, the go-between, the instrument. So never is your own energy being used or in jeopardy. So have a few moments just to feel like you're receiving this healing also. And then when you're ready, you can maybe just say a little grateful prayer inside your mind. And take a deep breath. Begin gently moving fingers and toes. And if you feel like you want to stretch, then you can roll the head maybe from side to side. Coming back into your day feeling renewed and refreshed, good, uplifted, joyful. And so drawing these in. If you're lying down, have a little rock, and then coming up to seated, we'll chant 3 Oms together. But take your time, there's no rush. When you chant your Oms, just enjoy the feeling that reverberates through your body, a lovely resonance in your heart and your throat, and wherever else it kind of ripples as we chant. So bring your hands to Chin Mudra. Close your eyes gently and we'll take a nice deep breath together. Feel that subtle energy, and then we'll bring our hands together, rub the palms, feel the heat. Palm the eyes, blinking, allowing light through, and then hands to heart. Om Shanti, Namaste.